Where have I been for the last week? I have been gone. I've been not here. I've been at the ranch. I was going to do some videos while I was at the ranch, but I didn't. I did get a little bit of footage though. I'll show that at the end of this one. I just got back yesterday. Now the question is, what am I going to do today? It's supposed to be an in-between day before it starts raining again tomorrow. Some of you know I've got myself into a little bit of a situation down here. I have all these logs here that I ended up with after doing what I did to this spot. Now I need to figure out what I'm going to do with all these logs. I have an upcoming project that I've started thinking about seriously after thinking about it not seriously for a very long time. For that project, I'm going to need some 2x4s and some other various lumber, which I can get out of some of these. But before I get to these, I need to go back up to the mill, make sure it's still here under the tarp where I left it, which it is. Get these things out of the way. To put these logs on this to see if that thing still works, to make room to bring more logs up. Make sure nobody's living in here. I've heard rumors that sometimes mice will take residence in these things. Haven't had that problem here though. Now to see if this thing will start. See how ambitious it sounds. That's what I got out of those logs, plus there's the flitches over there. I still need to edge all of these, which I don't want to do because why ruin a perfectly good day? The other thing that could ruin a perfectly good day is if I was to figure out the amount of time it took to take these from tree form to 2x4s. If I was to figure out all that time, I would probably figure out these are some very expensive 2x4s. Considering I can go to the lumber store and get 2x4s for less than $4 a piece. Plus I might lose some of these heart center pieces because sometimes they can twist. The ones at the store are not going to be the same quality as these. And these are full dimension, which is a different product. Plus, maybe there's some value in the satisfaction of cutting your own trees into lumber. But I'm not going to figure out those numbers now because sometimes ignorance is bliss. For those who are wondering what kind of wood this is Douglas fir. We have another wet week coming up starting tomorrow. I don't have any more logs here. Before the road gets muddy again, I'm going to bring up a few more logs so I can have them here. Maybe if I get some breaks in between the rain, I can get out here and mill a few more up. That'll be enough for now. Before I get to the rest of these, I need to get this big one off of them. I don't have time for that today, and I'm not quite ready for that big one yet. Plus, I'm just making a muddy mess over here in a spot where I would rather not have a muddy mess. For now, I'll continue to be patient with these logs and get them out in due time. I'll leave you with some of the sights and sounds from the ranch this last week. I should warn you though, it's pretty ugly there this time of year. And what's the opposite of peaceful? Whatever that is. Hopefully my next trip there, I'll do a better job of taking you along for the adventure. I know there's a lot of new people to the channel since last summer who haven't been introduced to the ranch yet. Speaking of viewers, thank you to all of you who have signed up over on Patreon. That's very generous, especially since I haven't really put anything over there to offer you in return. But for those of you who have the intestinal fortitude to endure this place we call the ranch, here's a few minutes of it.